5 person joined us in previous meeting. Look, let's make an experience. I will put it again, and let's see how many people will come within 5 minutes. You think they will just watch without joining? Mhm. Oh, yes, it requires boldness to do so. Just speaking with people who you don't know and who you not know, and it's quite. Mm-hmm. Oh, don't say so. I know, I know that. Did you hear my story about woman speaking club where I was last? Oh, Arslan, you will like it. Look, I was, I found the link in Russian teachers, English teachers club in VK, and I followed it, and there were only women. We were 10, I suppose. We played enormous quantity of games which can be connected to speaking skills. Though the hosts say previously that we would practice. And after all, when we came to the second game, she said that we were going to split into 2 teams, and I was in the second team. And when first team failed to answer a question, she gave them scores in spite of their losing. I just asked as politely as I could. May I ask you, why did you give them scores while they failed to answer? She said me, we're not contesting here. We don't put blame on anyone. We never tell anyone's mistake in public. I said, I just asked. I was wondering whether I could play football this way when you scored me a point and you get nothing, or I get the same. And I said, let's go on. I just don't want to argue with you over such trifles. And she said me, and remember, I'm the host here, and what I say is the rule. I said, okay, alpha female. I'm not going to uh, use you anymore. I will kick you if you repeat it again. I said, okay, just kick me out of here and let's cross our ways. Well, and you know, if she, hmm, what does it mean? Mm-hmm. Hmm. Really? They did? Oh, such a shame. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mhm. 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 Especially if you stated that you are a teacher and they try to correct your mistakes. You didn't teach back then. Mhm. But nevertheless, if we are having speaking club, uh, why should I or someone else or you or Arslan correct any mistakes? If we all know our mistakes. We, the, hmm 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 he said that you have perfect accent. Cool. Hmm. Cool. Hmm. 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 Whereas on Chirut. Hmm. Hmm. Maybe you're right. Hmm. And it's strange. And Arslan, may I ask you why our countrymen teachers do so, and what exactly they want to achieve by that? Why do they correct mistakes during speaking clubs? Uh, and I ran into such things a couple times being in my city's speaking clubs. I'm just talking something, and some girl not instead not I'm just looking at her and saying, okay, but you interrupted me and you just broke my uh, way of thinking. Maybe. Oh, you said that. I remember. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But which level you was back then? It's important to know. I mean, you were at the beginning of learning English, or you, mhm. But when you studied at in, when you did an English course. Hmm. And you had back then when you did a learning course. Hmm. Ah, if you had, and incredible, he used Russian. And, mm. Ah, you asked her. You tried to ask her in English, and she answered you using Russian. Or you mean ah, even that, even so. Hmm. I know why, but I'd like to ask Arslan opinion on this subject. How do you explain this? Why do they use Russian when they teach intermediate level? Hmm. Uh, Nevertheless, they have diploma, which allows him to them to work in schools. Yes, it is. And do you remember a girl which who was without a picture, without a camera, last meeting, and she you joined later, and she said that she told a story about their high degree, and that if you get a diploma or a master, I don't know, mastership, it doesn't matter, y- master degree, yes, you will be respected person. It really gives you skills and status to work everywhere, and looking at our experience, if I may say so. I don't think this is quite comparable. Yes. Hmm. 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 Cool. Hmm. Whose? Russian English teachers, you mean? Hmm. Who represent this party? Hmm. Hmm. But Arslan, what is your opinion about her statement? Do you think that we, being teachers, should know perfectly any aspect of? Hmm. Hmm. I got you. I got you. Our Russian teachers was so unclearly to you. Incredible. It's strange. No, it wasn't. It's strange, and I try to prove it because being Indian guy, you have restrictions connected to your native language. It is hard for them to improve their skills according to some rules of using your tongue and so on. But for us Russians, it's far much easier to do. We. Mm, 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 mhm. Yes, yes, it's hard for them. No, it is. Arslan, what is your opinion on that? Do you think that we have some physical restrictions from our previous experience related to our native language, to our habits? I mean, habits of the nation, for instance, and how it afflicts on our learning English and our pronunciation. Mhm. We're closer to Germans, I suppose. Um, Maybe not so severe accent like I don't like that. As mhm, mhm. And uh, you know, I've watched movies from my childhood like Universal Soldier, Terminator, and so on, and just listen to their accent at least once. And if someone tells us that we speak with bad accent, just pay attention to the most famous examples. They speak like, for instance, Arnold Schwarzenegger use his accent and still uses his accent like this. I don't like that. You shouldn't help me. And it's okay to every people who live in the USA. They like it. It's funny because it's funny. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But it depends. Mm-hmm. And uh, moreover, I would add to that, we have many rudeness out there. It is depend on particular person. For instance, we can't allow ourselves to speak this way. You, Alexandra, Arslan, me, we try to be polite to everyone who we connect with. But if you try to ask someone how to get to the railway station, I don't know, being in Moscow, or you will find many new words to collect. Ah, it is it is closer to English accent. Could you speak to help me, please? Uh, mm, uh, mhm. Okay, uh, Alexandra, Arslan, could you talk to each other for a while? I need to off for 3 minutes, okay? Forget to pray. Okay, I will back in no time. I will back in no time. Thank you.